What are you up to here? So I'm working at our BlockGame server. Who doesn't know what BlockGame is? It's probably going to be the majority of you. BlockGame is a side project that I've been making for the last like 2.5 years. I don't like Minecraft. And I mean unmodded Minecraft. I think unmodded Minecraft is really goddamn boring. I know this is not likely a popular thing to say. So I went to go play it, and I was like, where's the objectives? This feels like Legos. And I was like, okay, I want to do something with this. And so I said, what would happen if I made like a RPG? So we started getting different add-ons, and we started modifying off of them. I started getting into Java development for Minecraft, and basically we've made this literally massive MMO inside of Minecraft. So what we did instead was we made it so that it's actually Minecraft. You can just go and do anywhere you want to. And you could have towns because we use Townie. We have resources for that. It's modified stuff in Townie as well. There's professions. So if we go into professions here, we've got alchemy, rune carving, cooking, hunting, herbalism, fishing, archaeology, logging, and mining. We've got a set of talents, so you can actually gain talent points and then level up your character in different ways. I'm going to be adding reputation systems sometime soon. We've got a bunch of custom stats for literally everything. There's gear across a bunch of different classes, and your class is defined by the gear that you're currently wearing. So if we look at the warrior gear, this is actually what warrior gear looks like. All of that is done with rune carving, so you can carve runes and then put them into the gear. But if we go into here, and if you find, let's say that you find gear off of an enemy, right? And gear that drops off of an enemy is corrupted gear, and that has randomized stats, and you can't change them. That gear drops on death. If you craft a piece of gear, you can modify all of the statistics by building the individual runestones for it and then putting those in the gear, but it doesn't drop when you die. So that ends up being really fun to deal with. Like, you could just do all kinds of cool shit with that. And the other thing is all of these, because they're randomized like this, you never know what you're going to get. You can salvage everything, you can turn it into other stuff, but one of the things I'm pretty happy about is how many of you guys have played like a game like World of Warcraft and you got like a set bonus in WoW? When you get a set bonus, say you have all of tier 1, you can't wear your one piece of tier 2 until you get rid of, like, until you get 2 pieces of it to get your 2 set, 3 set, etc., right? I didn't like that. I wanted my class to be defined by my gear. So if you look at this, this has a set bonus called Guardian. At 4 pieces, you get damage reduction, max health, and health regeneration, right? So I can wear a piece of tier 1, a piece of tier 2, a piece of tier 3, and a piece of tier 4. As long as I'm wearing 4 pieces of Guardian gear, I get the Guardian set bonus. And it's exactly the same on every one of these tiers. So because of that, you just wear 4 pieces of warrior gear, and you get warrior bonuses. Yeah, the funny thing is we actually did this before Ashes of Creation came out into alpha, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, someone's doing the same thing. But they expanded on it, where they made it so that the set bonus actually increases in power based on the rarity of the items. And I was like, that's cool as shit. That's even better than the one that we built. And I was like, yes, okay. And then if you go and look at this too, all of the professions actually have their own set bonuses too. So this one actually increases your rune carving EXP by 1.25 multiplicatively. There's like a lot of different professions that have foods and things like that, and the foods will do different things. And if we go and grab one of these foods, I think we'll just grab this rabbit, and we'll eat the rabbit, right? And then we go into my profile. You can see that for the next 895 seconds, I have reduced hunger, which means my hunger ticks down slower, and 5% increased movement speed. And if we go over my character sheet here, you can actually see the movement speed is actually in here. So all these stats actually add up. They all work. Everything is displayed on your profile. Everything is displayed on your character, and it functions. It's kind of fun. There's also dungeons. So if we warp to Krognar's Bastion, I'll go pull this one open real quick. This is just out in the open world. All the dungeons are open world dungeons. And then if you look inside of this, these dungeons actually have like jumping puzzles. If we go pop this open, arise. There we go. So you actually have to get across this without hitting the chains as you go. A lot of people die in there. It's very funny. And then there are chests that actually are instance chests. So each person can loot this, and they get their own loot every single day, and it resets every 24 hours. There's actually bosses in here as well. So if we go down here, this is actually one of the boss rooms. The thing that I'm going to be adding soon is when you kill a boss, it will give you reputation with a faction. So the idea is that boss grinding is going to give you reputation points sometime soon. How do you make the time for these? I've been working on this as a side project for like 2 years, man. Basically, I just pop in, do a bunch of work on it like today, And I do it all live in the live production server. So Sunken Cells is actually a dungeon. It's the first dungeon, the level 10 dungeon. You can see it's pretty dark in here. But if you look in here, there we go. You can see that right there. You see the chest in the back there? There are hidden chests all throughout these dungeons. So the Sunken Cells will actually have 9 chests in it as you go through it. A lot of people will bring lights into here and all kinds of stuff. But there's a bunch of different bosses and different challenges. There's actually a drowning challenge in here. So that's something that people do. And then if I spawn into my base, so this one we actually, everything gets built in survival mode, but you can have your own town, and then the town is actually based on like chunk sizes, and you can set those up and then be a mayor and then rent out plots to other people, and then they can live in the town and all that kind of stuff. And it was very fun for that. And if we warp to Yggdrasil, you can see all the different game modes for everything as well. Midgard was the place that we were just in, which is this one. You don't get profession XP. You don't get profession drops. You can only build in towns, and it never resets. That's where you have your town. You do PvP. You do wars, shit like that, right? Merkheim is an extraction zone, and this is where you get resources. So resources are actually obtained just by doing stuff in the open world. So you go out here, and when you chop down a tree, you can actually get resources from chopping down the tree. And you keep those. And if you can get back to the portals. If somebody kills you, you drop your resources in the ground. So you have to get back to this area that's no PvP enabled, get back through the portal, and it will teleport you back to wherever you were in Midgard. So what a lot of people do is they take the resources needed to go and make a portal and then go into there. Also, it's not like normal Minecraft, so you can't just go, like, make a bunch of gear. Yeah. Your gear is actually crafted through your profession levels, and getting stronger and stronger materials is all done through that. Also, it's not monetized, because I don't like the idea of monetizing a Minecraft server. It's free. How to join? mc.blockgame.info is the domain. It is Java 1.20.2. Yep. No, there's no loot boxes. There's no loot boxes. There's no tickets to get in early. There's no monetization of any kind. It is completely free. How many people are playing right now? Just 21. Usually gets up to about 70 at peak hours when I talk about it on stream. You host it locally? Nope. I actually go through Shockbite. They're awesome. Really good dudes. And if you're wondering about a map system or anything like that, there's nothing like that. Do enter the server and do the tutorial. You will actually warp to the tutorial world. This world you will need to hang out in and go talk to people. You need to go talk to all the NPCs in here, and you talk to them by punching them in the face. Ta-da! And it actually says right this. Left-click NPCs to talk, and stop reading this. It's very good. Punch them in the face, and they'll tell you things about the video game, and they actually have links, so you can actually go and pop them open. And any of this information can actually be accessed from our website, which you can see right here. That will pull up any of this info for you to learn about the video game. If pick a lane you either want us to read or not, you gotta read. You gotta read. Behold, the potato. All this is good.
A few moments later.
Yep. Bread. Bread! And I seal you in. Now he dies with bread. My God, he escaped. Are you... Hold up. Why is your name I Eat Glue, and why are you covered in arrows? You look real messed up, Pincushion Kid. That's rough, dude. Anyway, you'll learn how to warp once you go talk to the witch. Is it like a hardcore server? No. But dying does confer detriments. You don't want to die. That's someone who was stuck behind the alchemy counter. I found a bug while giving them a corrupted wooden sword so they could get out. Really? Someone got stuck behind the alchemy... Oh, did one of you guys find a way to get inside of this and then you didn't get out? Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. If you climb up on one of these buildings, get up inside of this, and then land inside of it and get stuck, that's not a bug. And if you put that in a ticket, I'm just going to laugh at you. If you're like, I'm going to climb in the chimney, I wonder what'll happen. Honestly, I should just put fire in there and make it so you burn to death slowly. That's from now on. I'm just going to make it so that there's a campfire in the ceiling in this. There we go. Someone's going to get in there, dude. Yeah, do it. Do it. I guarantee. Yeah, look. First victim. I eat glue. Dead.